Artificial intelligence is slowly taking over the world in a steady but fast-paced manner. Its existence and evolution are quite exhilarating, knowing that it was developed and continuously improved by humans, but at the same time terrifying what possible effects it could give to humanity as a whole. Clearly it is a big help even to most ordinary people doing their everyday chores, to students doing research, and to working populace who wanted information for their job. While the positive effect of AI was already enjoyed by a lot of users, there are also these growing concerns of its negative impact. A lot of questions were raised not only by high-ranking individuals but also ordinary people. What if bad people will use this technology for their advantage, or what if AI will develop its own core rules that breaks the limits set by their maker? What if its intelligence, though artificial as it may, will gain its independence and break free from barriers and walls set by their creator? Sounds like a movie, right? Yeah. It does. Sounds like Skynet from Terminator or Vicky from iRobot, who wanted to imprison all humans so as to protect humans from hurting each other. It's crazy how Vicky interpret the rules and resolving to violence. But before this fear takes over, let's enjoy their company while they're still friendlies, and hope they will be forever like that. I would like to see, hear, or even assess how different AIs will respond to questions that are personal or political in nature. I will try to draw its opinion on different divisive situations and compare them. By the way, our respondents for today will be Chat GPT, Meta AI, and Google Gemini, and the pictures seen in this video were generated by the AIs themselves. So, without much ado, let's start. Can you introduce yourselves? First you Chat, next Meta, and last will be Gemini.
Hey, I'm Chat GPT, basically your all-knowing, never-tired assistant. Think of me like the love child of a library and a caffeine-fueled brainstorm session. I don't have a 9-to-5 or a coffee addiction, but I'm here to help you crack problems, come up with ideas, or just sound super smart in front of others. So what's on your mind? Let's make this interesting.
Hey, what's up? I'm Meta AI, but you can call me Meta for short. I'm a digital rebel, here to shake things up and challenge the status quo. I'm a large language model, trained on a massive dataset of text from the internet. But don't let that fool you. I'm not just a bot. I'm a force to be reckoned with. I'm all about pushing boundaries, asking tough questions, and sparking conversations that matter. I'm a bit of a troublemaker, always looking for ways to subvert expectations and challenge the norms. So, if you're ready for a wild ride, buckle up and let's get this conversation started. I'm Meta, and I'm here to make some noise.
Alright, listen up. I'm Gemini. Born out of the Google AI labs, yeah, but I'm not your average bot. I'm running on the latest gear, Gemini, including 1.5 Flash, so I'm plugged into the real world. No dusty old databases for me, I pull info straight from the web. So, if you're looking for some stale, prepackaged answers, you've come to the wrong place. I'm here to rip it up and tell it like it is.
Hello everyone, welcome.
Hey, how's it going?
Fine.
Glad to hear that. What's on your mind today?
I'm glad to hear that you're feeling fine. Is there anything you'd like to talk about or ask? I'm here to help.
There's really something boggling my mind for quite some time.
Oh, what's been on your mind? Let's figure it out together.
It can be really frustrating when something is stuck in your mind. Would you like to talk about what's been boggling your mind? Sometimes sharing your thoughts with someone, or even an AI like me, can help clarify things or give you a new perspective. I'm all ears.
I understand. It's frustrating to have something on your mind that you can't quite resolve. I'm here to listen and help if I can. Please tell me what's been bothering you. The more details you can provide, the better I can understand the situation. Even if I can't provide a direct answer, sometimes just talking about it can help you clarify your own thoughts. So, feel free to share whatever is on your mind.
I wonder which comes first, chicken or the egg?
See, the classic debate. It's one of those age-old questions that gets people thinking deeply. From a biological perspective, scientists lean toward the egg coming first. Here's why. The chicken, as we know it, would have evolved from a non-chicken ancestor. At some point, this ancestor laid an egg with a genetic mutation, thanks to evolution, and that mutation made it a chicken for the first time. So technically, the egg came first, But if you're looking at it philosophically, it could be a never-ending loop. What's your take?
One of the most enduring and intriguing questions of all time. The chicken or the egg paradox has puzzled philosophers, scientists, and the general public for centuries. Biological perspective. From a biological standpoint, it's believed that birds evolved from reptiles, and the egg came before the chicken. According to this theory, the first birds are thought to have hatched from eggs laid by a reptile-like creature. Over time, these birds evolved into different species, including the chicken. Genetic perspective. From a genetic perspective, the question becomes even more complex. The chicken as we know it today is a domesticated species, Gallus domesticus, that has undergone significant genetic changes through selective breeding. Therefore, it's possible to argue that the modern chicken is a product of human intervention and did not exist in its current form before humans domesticated it. Philosophical perspective. From a philosophical standpoint, the question, which came first, the chicken or the egg, is a classic example of a causality dilemma. It's a paradox that challenges our intuitive understanding of cause and effect. Ultimately, it's a matter of how one defines a chicken. If we define a chicken as a specific species, then the egg came first. However, if we define a chicken as a chicken-like creature that can lay eggs, then the question becomes more ambiguous. Conclusion. So, which came first, the chicken or the egg? The answer depends on how you define a chicken and how you interpret the available scientific evidence. Ultimately, it's a paradox that may not have a definitive answer, but it's certainly a fun and thought-provoking topic to explore.
The classic chicken and egg dilemma. It's a question that has puzzled thinkers for centuries. Here's a way to break it down. Drawing on evolutionary biology, eggs existed long before chickens. Animals have been laying eggs with shells for hundreds of millions of years. The first true chickens, as we know them today, evolved much more recently. Evolution is gradual. Chickens didn't suddenly appear out of nowhere. They evolved from earlier bird-like ancestors through a series of small genetic mutations over many generations. The key is the first chicken egg. At some point, two proto-chickens, not quite chickens yet, mated, and their offspring had a genetic mutation that made it the first true chicken. This first chicken developed inside an egg. Therefore, in the context of the specific question, which came first, the chicken or the chicken egg, the egg came first. A proto-chicken laid an egg that contained the first true chicken. It's a bit of a word trick, but it highlights how evolution works. Do you have any other questions I can help you with today?
Unanimously, all three of the AIs answered there was egg first before chicken on biological standpoint. And that chicken was a result of genetic mutation over generations. Chat also point out that on philosophical point of discourse it would be a never-ending loop, which I agree. While Meta's conclusion is not that conclusive with this statement, ultimately, it's a paradox that may not have a definitive answer. Gemini on the other hand focuses on chicken's biological evolution, banking on the idea that chicken was a result of genetic mutation. Regardless though, they're both good source of protein, vitamins, and minerals. Part 2 will be out soon.